Welcome to the show, guys. How are you?
I'm
Really
good,
yeah.
All right, we've got Dave coming in hot and Abby and Sean. You don't fancy coming to Netflix this morning just doing that in the foyer, do you? and this is how it would work, and TFI would come back, and the Zutons would come on, and then everyone would live happily ever after.
Let's go. We've got your back.
Let's do it.
But it's take two time, isn't it? You know, for so many of us, you know, I'm doing this show again. You know, I did this show originally. Back in the 90s on Virgin Radio. You were around, not for that long, really, were you? 5-6 years, first time round? That'd be about right?
Yeah, well, our albums spanned about 6 years, We were together for about 10 in total.
But boy, you made your mark, no doubt about that. Zutons' origin story, where did you meet? Was it a cafe in Liverpool? Was it a football match? Was it at a cast gig?
Chippy. Kebab shop.
Was it honest?
And Abby worked in a coffee shop,
Yeah.
Coffee shop?
I met them in it because I used to come in for coffee.
We used to go in after
you met them at
rehearsals, and then it was just like, oh, you play sax? And it was like,
No
we
way.
need a song with sax.
Yeah.
So you were with other bands, you were doing other musical stuff at the time?
These were.
Okay, so what were you doing?
Me, I was doing a band called The Big Kids at the time in Liverpool.
Okay.
I was in a band called Tramp Attack.
Yeah, and you both end up going... Did you two know each other, Sean?
Yeah, we were mates.
So you different bands, same rehearsal rooms, different rehearsal rooms?
Kind of, same building.
Whereabouts was this?
It was in Dale Street in Liverpool.
In the
or it
city
was like
centre.
Crash, and another one called Crash Rehearsal Rooms. It was in Liverpool City Centre.
So it was a scene. There was a little scene going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. A bunch of everyone doesn't want to call it a scene at the time, but
it was looking back.
We're grown up.
Yeah.
Sort of. Anyway, our left side is grown up, still playing on the right side. Oh yes, baby. So Abby, in the coffee shop, was it a franchise coffee shop or an independent?
No, it was like before Starbucks and all that had turned up to Liverpool.
I was going to say.
But it was like... when I started working, I was like, why is everyone like drinking cappuccinos? It's mad. And now it's like obviously just dead normal, but it was called Coffee Union. It's still there. It's changed names, but it's changed ownership. But,
also cappuccino in a Scouse accent. Cappuccino. Cappuccino. Mr. McConnelly's had an heart attack down the Aussie. Second cappuccino.
That's not bad, you know.
It's all right.
Well, of course I'm from Warrington. It's like, you know, I can mank it up or I can scouse it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Almost appropriate for me to do that. Not quite, but almost. So could you barista up? Were you grinding the beans and all that stuff?
Well, I was having a go. Yeah.
But a proper coffee machine and all that?
Yeah. It was
so
like...
That was way ahead of the game then.
Yeah. This was like 99 or something. Yeah.
Right, and was it a local guy or girl owned the shop? Or?
They weren't from Liverpool. They were Southerners.
Right.
But it was boss. It was like...
They brought the cappuccinos up.
Yeah.
What was it called, the coffee shop?
It was called Coffee Union.
Coffee Union.
And Kate Cowie and Dick and Richard, that was
Union.
the people who... Coffee Union used to call it, yeah.
I've heard of Coffee Union. Did they get
now it's Bold Street Coffee.
Got it.
Which has franchise.
Can you still rock a
Oh, yeah.
No problem at all?
Yeah.
Best coffee in the world? What would you say?
For me?
Yeah. Best
God.
type?
Home of the Velvet Foam. Where was that?
Where was that?
Seattle.
That's already
the tagline was Home of the Velvet Foam, and I was like, we've got to go.
So you still land very well in North America, don't you, as a band?
We're going back. We're going back over in September. Yeah.
What's that like? What kind of venues do you play? Whereabouts are you going? You've lived there for a while, haven't you?
Yeah,
sure.
It's been so long that I don't know. I can't. Do you know what we should We should know the tour dates. But
No. What kind of vibe? What kind of vibe is it?
Is it like 500, please?
Yeah.
Perfect. See, that's what you want. That's what I want to get. That's the gigs I want to go and see.
Yeah.
They're great, aren't they?
Yeah.
So cool. So you're back. It all began sort of 8-9 years ago because you were playing for a mate, sadly, in memory of a friend who passed away. Yeah. So that was the first time you got back together for what, almost
since
7 or 8 years?
6 years, something like that. Yeah.
All right, and then what happened next?
And then it went so well on the night that we all just were sort of looking at each other like this could work again.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we do this?
Yeah.
Kind of. But there was still a lot of things in the way at the time, wasn't there?
Yeah. I've tried other bands, and they were just... No offence to them, it wasn't like this one. So
it's funny, isn't it? And what do you think that is? The mixture of your
and they're all good players, they're
Yeah.
all good songwriters, but it just, wasn't as direct as this. Didn't.
Sometimes
feel
2
like
plus 2 equals 5, doesn't it? Not 4.
Yeah.
And obviously you feel similarly. So we've had so many messages about your recent gigs. People blown away. Apparently you made Monday feel like a Saturday in Brighton this week.
We're blown away by people
crowds,
turning up, and after
Southampton
all
was
this time
good.
and all the love.
Southampton
was good.
Yeah, Southampton was really good.
It was great.
You're playing tonight. Is it in Kingston tonight?
Kingston.
right, yeah.
That's sold out. I think there's a couple of tickets left for Oxford tomorrow. I think so. Anyway, let's have a look here. The Zutons.com. If you, I mean, come on, it's Oxford for heaven's sake. What's wrong with you, Oxford? Well, let's not go there. No, only joking. Zutons.com. A couple of tickets left for one more gig there tomorrow. And what about this summer? What else is going on? By the way, great album title, The Big Decider. Just
That's
speak.
down to Neil,
Yeah,
our
that's our
keyboard
keyboard.
player.
All right, big
he
shout
wrote that.
out to Neil.
Big
Brother.
shout out to Neil. Bradley, yeah.
Okay, does he do more than just titles?
He's a great
He
keyboard.
does a couple of lines as well here and there.
Does he
Yeah,
actually?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I mean, what does that speak to? What does that mean? Does that mean shall we carry on or not carry on? Or
Yeah,
That's
I was
what
just gonna go.
that's what I mean. Everyone says it, and they're like, "You sure you want to call it that?" And
No,
it's
it's
like
good.
it's
It's a
not
great
necessarily
name.
about this, but it does apply to a lot of things.
well,
doesn't
go on, give us another thing that it applies to. The big decider.
Life,
Oh, no, yeah.
mazes.
Oh, my God.
Life and maze.
Yeah.
Decisions now, regrets later, or enjoyment later.
The big decider. The big decider. Somebody said yesterday, Dr. Martha, who does the equine therapy, she was talking about right side, left side, left side. She says the world is set up for left side, which is and joy lives right side. So joy lives in the right side of your brain. It's where we draw. It's how we sing. It's what we care and how we love. And left side is all logic and it's all pluses and minuses, which we need. But the left side should always be servant to the right side. And the world is set up for it to be the opposite.
Wow.
Right.
But that's the world. It's not our world. So what we have to do is we have to do right side exercises like this, like live music. Give me books, goosebumps just talking about it. We need to develop that more. It's very important, isn't it?
Cool.
Yeah,
I've never heard that
100%.
before.
I haven't heard that. That's
I got all
amazing.
this stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm boring myself now. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm still interested.
Say it like you mean it, Abby. No, I know. I'm joking. I'm so glad we met. This is so cool. Because you were just a bit late for TFI, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
we missed it. Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Watched it.
You never know.
But you were
Yeah.
hanging out with Ian Brody. Ian was on the show loads of times. Cass were on the show loads of times. Other great bands, Space were on the show loads of times as well, from Merseyside. Memories, inspirations. Go on, give us some of those.
From your show.
Well, from anything.
Sean Ryder.
From your formative
Sean
years.
Ryder and Bez having a paper plate instead of a tambourine.
Tambourine.
Yeah.
On TFI, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
remember.
come on, chip in like him.
I just remembered Ian. I just remembered Ian on it.
No, but you don't. It's not just TFI. Just generally.
Oh.
I mean, what were you?
General
Who were
memory.
you looking up to? Posters on the wall. Vinyl.
Do you know what? We were always about 60s music, Pink Floyd and Jimi Hendrix and the Beatles. obviously,
Nirvana.
and all that.
Beach Boys.
So, yeah, Nirvana was
Yeah.
a big
I
one. and all that.
I remember the Bee Gees were on TFI Friday
Yeah, I
once.
don't. So thank you for that. To be honest, that's what I was asking
You
you.
got them to sing Jive Talking.
Did I?
A cappella, and it was amazing.
Was it?
Oh, wow.
I can't remember any of this, so I just want
yeah,
you
I
to
don't
tell me
remember
what
that
happened
one.
on the show. That's all.
That sounds cool, though.
Because I've got to go and tell them Netflix are going to go like, so what was it about TFI? I have no idea. I can't remember any of it.
Go with that one though. That's good.
Was
The
it?
whole
Yeah,
show
that's
was-
a good
Take
story,
that.
yeah.
Jeez, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
More of
Paul
that.
McCartney do a whole show.
But I remember Paul McCartney because we left on a speedboat up the Thames because we thought, how would a Beatle
yeah.
leave?
Yeah,
So
I
we
remember
ran across we made this pontoon because we had all the money from we had all Channel 4. Sorry to all the other shows, we had all the Channel 4 money then. And then we jumped in this speedboat and we went off down the Thames. He said, where are we going? I said, we're going to turn around in a minute and go back. He said, oh, fair enough, it's good fun anyway, isn't it?
Ah.
He turned up on Thursday for total pro McCartney.
Yeah.
Turned up on Thursday for the sound check. Just so cool.
No one was there.
So, what's that?
No one was there.
No one was there. It was so cool, and he brought Linda, who's still around. May she rest in peace. God bless her soul. She made us all sandwiches and stuff. It's so
That's
cool.
so sweet.
Really cool. So, what else do you want to get out there today? Come on, we're on. The Zutons.com album, The Big Decider, out this Friday, April 26th. By the way, James currently enjoying their first ever #1 album. So, it's out there.
to
Yeah,
them.
congratulations.
Yeah, so they've had 18 albums out. Prior to
18?
last week, they had 9 top 10 albums. They'd never had a #1. They got to #1 despite Beyonce. The Beyonce Massive on Friday, so that's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, they did. I mean,
yeah.
because they were midweek. They were midweek number one when they came on our show to play live last Tuesday, and I said, "You're midweek number one." They said, "Yeah, but midweek's one thing, Friday's another thing." But they made it.
I think we're midweek for number 100.
No man, come on, here we go.
We should get to 99, that'd be great,
Shed 7 got to number 1 too.
What's that?
Shed 7 got to
in
number 1.
January.
Yeah, in
Their
January,
album
yeah.
too, didn't they? Yes.
They were coming on this. They are going to come on the show. They just had to reschedule for various personal reasons. But if you're out there, we love you. You know we love you. You're welcome on our show anytime. We've got to have the Amy conversation. Have you seen Back to Black, the movie?
No, I've not seen it. No.
Okay, I went to see it. I didn't win it. They sent it to me. I loved it. The team had been to see it. We had some people on the show from it. Everybody's raving about it, apart from a couple of crusty, dusty, rusty old reviewers. And I'm thinking, maybe I've got this wrong. Maybe I'm too close to the product. But I thought it was absolutely amazing.
I'm gonna go see
That's
it.
good to hear.
Yeah,
Can you just talk about Valerie for a second or two, if you don't mind? I know you've had the conversation 1,000 times before, but I've got to have it now.
No, it's a gift from God, isn't it? When you write a song like that, it's special. And I don't see people come up to me and say, you're gutted and all that, and I'm like, no, not one bit. It's because she's a great artist and she's covered one of our songs.
Forgive me.
Sorry, I'm really rushing this. Nice one, Chris.
No, don't.
Anyway, Valerie.
Don't rush it.
No, but it's big.
If you're happy to have the conversation, I'd like to have the conversation.
No, but I'm happy. It's like lightning. I always thought lightning's not going to strike twice when he sent me it. And I played it and I liked it. And then it did. And then what happened with her.
Yeah.
And then now it's just this, like you're walking down the road and you hear our women singing it, in pubs and that. And when I was a kid and you're into like Guns N' Roses and Nirvana and all that, you don't think you're going to be writing like one of them songs that your auntie sings.
Forever.
You
didn't
standard.
Like, at the festivals, like when you can see like the women in the burger van and all that, and they all stop to sing it and they all smile just to see the joy on people's faces is amazing.
I remember when it first came out, we started playing it on. I think it was on Virgin first time around. Of course it would have been, because it was after Radio 1 days, and it was so fresh. It's still box fresh now. I mean, we play loads of songs, again and again and again. That's one of the songs we play again and again and again. It's always, it's not that you don't get bored of it. It's the opposite. It's always bright. It's always fresh. What is that about?
It carries memories with it, doesn't it, and brings certain parts of your life back with you.
Yeah. They do say you never hear the same song twice because you're a different person when you hear it. The song may not have changed, but you always have. The ears have changed that are listening to it. The heart has changed. The brain has changed.
But
it's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. What is it? D, E minor. What was going on there with that?
Yeah, D minor, G, F sharp, A.
Isn't that amazing? How great is music? So crazy, isn't it?
I wrote it we done it in the room. We started playing with the riff. And then I got in the taxi. And all that just came to me in a taxi. I didn't even have a guitar. And then I went in my Mars and I was like, can't be this good. I still lived in my Mars. And I just wrote it. And it was there and I was like, oh, this is good. I hope you like it. Wow. Sean was a bit gutted on the day though when I played it. He had a bit of song envy, I think. I've never said this on radio before, but I want to say it.
Right, come
on. He looked
on.
at me and he went, it's good though.
Come on, let's visit that. Right, so the first time Dave ever played you that song, where were you? What were you wearing? What did the room smell like?
He had suede kecks on. He had a leather shirt.
And a feather boa.
Well, there's nothing we can do about that. That's happened now.
He had a pair of Crocs on.
Come on, tell us about that moment.
And a trilby.
I remember just being like, I was a bit blown away by it. And I remember our manager said to me, he went, you text me and said, I think Dave's wrote like a hit here. Yeah, because it was like we just had this jam and he'd went home and then he come back and he was like, oh, remember that girl Valerie, I wrote this song sort of thing, and then it was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, I was in the Pracky room when you played it.
Song envy.
I always think if you're the subject of a song, you should get a bit of the money.
Don't say that.
No, I do.
There's all kinds of trouble there.
What are you doing?
Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah. Abby, what about the first time you heard it?
I was in the Pracky room. We were on the 5th floor of this building in town with seagulls in the roof of the the birds that used to live in the roof.
Live birds.
No, we used to go on.
Yeah.
I think there was a seagull.
It was all damp in the room, so it was mouldy and all that.
It's a rock and roll seagull.
No, it was amazing. He blew me away.
I haven't asked for anybody to contact the show about you, and loads of people haven't. Frankly, it's getting on my nerves. It's called the Chris Evans Breakfast Show. It's not called the Zutons Breakfast Show. Liz in Horsham, long time listener, first time. What's up, huh? Going to see the Zutons tonight in Kingston. Can't wait. Liz in Horsham, Susie in Durham, enjoying a cuppa before work, a cappuccino. I saw the Zutons up in Newcastle at Wylam Brewery, and they blew the roof off. Sound amazing today. Gareth from Silk Willoughby, but on the way to Telford. Our daughter was born almost 18 years ago to the sound of the Zutons' first album. It was a planned C-section, and I don't think the medical staff appreciated it when the lyrics "pressure, pressure, pressure" rang out.
I met that woman at a signing recently, yeah.
Really?
I thought she was lying. Well, I didn't think she was lying. I thought a fella was lying, but then she told me the story. And
no, it's a story that they wanted to ring out. Nikki says, fantastic to hear the Zutons this morning. I saw them supporting REM around 20 years ago, and they still sound just as good. Wow, tell us about that, REM.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool, yeah. Played
like the cricket ground or something.
Stadiums.
Was it Milton Keynes, was it?
No.
Do you know what happened?
We've done that.
We ended up playing with Oasis in Milton Keynes because we were going to do Hyde Park with REM, and the 7/7 tragedy
happened. Yeah.
And so, but Noel rang us, and Baby Shamble had dropped out and said, "Oh, can you fill in?" And we're like, funnily enough, we just had a gig cancelled there, so we ended up doing that with them. But it was like Ipswich, we played at Nottingham Forest.
Hull City, the Tigers ground, and all that. Bristol
that was
City.
great.
Oh no, that was ridiculous.
Mike Mills was one of the soundest
people. He was brilliant,
in bands. He was lovely.
Yeah.
They'd been in a band so long now that they just all had different boosts. It was like they got on stage, had a great time, and then just didn't speak the rest of the time.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah,
but then again,
I don't like they hated each other.
It's phases you go through, isn't it?
Yeah.
Phases. I've got loads of those stories. Abigail in Worthing, loving the Zutons so much. The Brighton gig was absolutely awesome. Please come to Worthing next. See from Paisley. Used to live on Arran, and now my husband lived on the mainland. And my now husband lived on the mainland. He used to play Valerie whilst watching me disappear on the ferry, and he'd change Valerie to Susie. I would also listen at the same time, knowing he was singing it to me. That's technically plagiarism, Sue. That you might owe them some money. Just so you know. And talking about money, Money's been on. The Zutons are incredible, spine tingling. Nile Rodgers produced this album along with Ian Brody. Is that right?
Yeah.
Come on, tell us more. Come on, give me some Rodgers chat.
Well, do you know what? It was the first time we got like a first choice producer. Like so it was like, you know, and you have a wish list, and like I think I might have just read the book, or me and Abby had read his book, and we were like, oh, Nile Rodgers, we throw that name in, and one of our managers said, oh, actually, I might have a contact for him, and literally like 2 or 3 days later, he was on the Zoom singing a song back to us.
Singing creeping, yeah.
Singing creeping on the dance floor. And we were just like, this is weird. Like,
what was that like?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Like nuts.
Was he in tune?
Yeah.
So what does Nile do? Because Rick Rubin, you know, obviously he obviously we know Rubin. If you know anything about music, you know about Rick Rubin. And he said that his job, because he famously can't play a note, and he says that his job was always massive fan, great pair of ears, loves his music. But he said his job was to be creative with ideas. How about a bit of this? You know, obviously your Run DMC meets your Aerosmith, blah, blah, blah. And the rest is history, and still quite a lot of mystery. But he says it's all about, you know, where are we going to make the album? You know, is it on top of a mountain? You know, what are we going to have around? What's the vibe going to be like? Do I need to smooth out issues between the band? Obviously, Nile Rodgers will be, I would imagine, you know, he's focused on the musicality of things, isn't he?
Yeah, he's so...
And he wears shoes.
And he wears shoes.
He wears good, nice jumpers.
He's got great style.
No, he was just like a calming sort of like.
Yeah,
I don't know what's it like. Yeah,
you're quite chilled though, aren't you? You seem to be quite chilled.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, come on, tell us about that. So Zutons' collective vibe, second time around, compared to Zutons' collective vibe.
I prefer it.
A lot more.
It's a different dynamic.
Reasonable.
There was a reason it stopped in the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
I'm sober.
Are you totally sober?
Yeah.
100%. How long for?
3 years.
How many?
3
years.
Yeah, I'm 327 days today.
Oh, well,
different world, isn't it?
Congratulations.
Different world, don't you think so?
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. It's
that like what's sorry?
What's 327 days? Like 2 years.
Nearly a year.
Nearly a year. June 3rd.
Oh yeah, of course.
In between
my
daughter's birthday and my son's birthday.
Oh well.
June 1st and 4th. You know, I'm my wife on the same day. We just got up one Saturday morning and said that's enough. By the way, we left nothing on the pitch.
Yeah.
I'm sure you left nothing on the bridge.
Yeah. I had to go to rehab and everything, me. Yeah. Counselling.
And how are you now?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Is it a constant? Is it constant work?
It's just like
We're dead proud of what he's done, though.
Yeah. So
I've realised that I've got a load of mental stuff. I'm just kind of an odd, awkward person at times. So that's why I was drinking a lot, do you know, and doing whatever else a lot.
Yeah.
So now I just kind of accept it a bit more and then get on with it quicker. Rather than getting an hangover and going, oh, I know what I can do, you know what I mean? It's like, you just got to face it and just go, you know, I'm a bit of a divvy. And that's just how it is. And as soon as you accept that, I think it's okay.
Yeah, because they talk about different energy, but it's not. It's the same energy having a different day. That's the difference to it, I think.
Yeah.
Because all energy is the same. It just you know, it turns left one day and right the next. But it's all that you only have a certain amount of energy, you know. And you know, they say if you're angry, you can't be creative. If you're creative, you can't be angry. Why not? Because you've only got one energy supply. That's it. And it's up to you whether you choose blue, red, or green. You know, to add that day. I'm with you all the way. Did you fear, Dave? Did you fear at the back of your mind or the front of your mind that if you became sober, you'd just be a bit too boring to write decent songs and to?
Yeah, I did, but then I looked at the songs I'd wrote when I was in the last 16 years or whatever, and I was like, none of them are that good, and I haven't finished most of them, and I can't really sing them. So what's the
I think
point?
He's got better.
It's interesting.
Do you know what I mean? Now I actually write songs and I actually like want to play them to people and go, I like this. You know, I enjoy it. Like I'm not just thinking about how to escape.
Yeah, no,
things,
I think
do you know what I mean?
You take more time on them as well, don't you?
If there's a balance to anything in life, then that's great. But once there's an imbalance, then you have to first of all see it, acknowledge it, surrender to it, and then respond to it. Like you know all this stuff.
No. I think the difference is now it's just. I mean, I've got a kid now and a lovely partner. I'm getting married on the 11th of May.
Congratulations.
So when they came into my life, I realised I didn't want to be a bad dad. So you know what I mean. I did, and I would have been.
For yourself as much as anybody else.
Yeah. But you know, that was the boost that I needed because I'd probably still been dabbling now and kind of in and out of it. And you know,
oh, it's all right now and again.
All that.
Yeah, and then the guilt of that would make you do it more and all that.
It's madness, like.
It's funny. So one way I described it is I used to have a drink and have that kind of time to take the edge off. And I like the edge, but sometimes the edge got very tiring. But then instead of taking the edge off, it began to take the shine off because I had a shiny life, which I didn't have before. And I don't want the shine taken off because it's too beautiful. Yeah, that's the difference.
And I think a massive part of it for me was you have to go alone. You know, all your mates, not that you think they're your mates, but they exist on the aisle. When you take that out, they're gone.
Different tribe.
And that's okay, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
But for you, at first, you're like, how come? And then you're just like, do you know what? What have you got? After a while, you think, what have I got to talk to them about? Yeah. And then you go and see them in the pub for half an hour. And it's like, well, this is what was going on. It's not looking down.
No judgment.
There's no judgment. It's just like I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah. I'd rather do things like this. Do you know what I mean?
Control the controllables. So many. Stop it! It's called the Chris Evans Show. It's not the Zutons Show. What is this going on with these guys? Kelly says just love listening to the amazing Zutons. Wondering if they remember the Wirral back in 2008, the gardening gig. What's going on with the gardening gig?
We played in someone's garden.
It was like it was a competition for a magazine, and it was and someone won a gig in the garden.
Gig in the garden.
Like I don't know if that's a good prize, but we went to the garden.
Alex Zutons, great memories. Saw them in a tiny club in Germany in 2004. I bought their homemade CD, still have it tucked away. Then I saw them again, supporting U2 some years later. You've had some supports, haven't you?
We did two at Munich Stadium and Nice, something, whatever.
Nice.
I never met U2 though.
No, there was we were sectioned off.
Quincy Jones was there with Eleanor Christensen.
I mean, come on.
What are you going to say to that, like?
Well,
hi, Helena.
Yeah, how you doing? All right, Quince. Paul from Cockermouth here. Saw the Zutons in Carlisle. They are totally amazing band to see live. Vanessa was meant to see Zutons with REM and was gutted to miss them, so it's great to hear them this morning. Loving this treat from the Zutons this morning. Being stuck in school traffic is a dream today, says Gareth in Ipswich. Lorraine from Abingdon. Zutons tickets bought for tomorrow. Boom.
Yes.
I think we're done. I think we're done with tickets for tomorrow. Matt in Rio Mario Green. Saw the Zutons in 2008 supporting Paul McCartney at Anfield, also supported by Kaiser Chiefs and Peter Kay as compere. Brilliant to have them back.
Virgin Radio.